I could eat gumbo every day of the week for the rest of the year.
She ain't lying, y'all.
I love like etouffee, beans.
One.
Oh. Anything with gravy.
You can't do that. You try to stop me. Put some hot sauce on that red bean because I'm going to finish me.
Yeah.
Put some hot sauce on that, boy. Get that thing, slap the place with that fork. What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. Super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell because we're on the road to 100K. And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
In these stressful and uncertain times of quarantine, people from all over the world are seeking comfort in food. Comfort food can fix any bad day. It's typically high in sugar, fat, and/or salt. And the beauty of comfort food is that it varies from person to person. It's rooted in where you're from and who you grew up with. We asked 20 people from different cultural backgrounds to share what comfort food is to them. I'll start with mine. My favorite comfort food is kimchi jjigae or kimchi stew. I'm Korean American, and growing up my mom made kimchi jjigae pretty often for dinner. My mom's kimchi jjigae has that sonmat. Sonmat in Korean means like hand taste. The best way I can describe it is my mom's special touch. Even if I try to make my mom's kimchi jjigae here in New York City, I can't get that taste because it lacks my mom's special touch. So basically the flavors that you're getting are like spicy, salty, fatty, sour. It's basically everything that I crave when I'm missing my mom.
I'm Nigerian, and one of my favorite comfort foods.
Hold on. We gotta say ours.
I was gonna ask you yours. So when I hear the word comfort food, I guess it's like a meal that you just can really enjoy.
Yeah.
Or like something that make you feel like at home.
Yeah, your go-to meal.
Mine would probably be, I have a few, y'all. Man, the South got so many good dishes, y'all. Man, oh my Jesus, just thinking about. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all one. One that I really love is not seafood. I'm gonna tell y'all something different.
Okay.
This one right here for me would be cornbread dish with red bean and rice, turkey neck, with sausages in it, and yeah. Okay. Nice season. Gotta make them beans and that gravy nice and at a T, not too thick. Boy, I'll tell you what, cornbread gotta be nice, crisp.
Okay, Dion. All right. Well, for me, mine is anything with a gravy. Like, I love gravy or soup. Like I love me some gumbo. Look, I could eat gumbo every day of the week for the rest of the year.
She ain't lying, y'all.
I love like etouffee, beans.
One.
Anything with gravy.
You can't do that. You try to stop me. Put some hot sauce on that red bean because I'm gonna finish me. Put some hot sauce on that, boy. Get that thing, slap the place with that fork. That's it. That's a wrap.
Has to be amala and okra soup. To make it, you take some yam flour and you pour it into boiling hot water, stir it up very quickly, and it gets to this nice thick consistency. From there, you portion it out to whatever size you'd like for your meal, and then you can dip it into your soup of choice. And not only is it a super tasty meal, but after you eat it, it hits you and it puts you in one of those nice food comas. I remember sneaking into the kitchen as a toddler and trying to tear off small pieces of amala or like the ears seeds that they put in the soup and taking it back to my playroom. So of course now, anytime that I have it, I just automatically think of home.
I'm Trinidadian. My favorite comfort food is bacon saltfish. Bacon saltfish is a dish comprised of bake, which is dough rolled out, and a fish called bacalao. It's a salted cod that we chop up, we boil, and we saute with sweet tomatoes and sweet onions. I think it's my favorite comfort food just because it brings back a memory of my grandmother. She used to own a daycare, and whenever she was making something with dough, like bake, she would roll up little pieces of the dough and give it to the children to play with, and we would just go crazy for those little pieces of dough.
My favorite Haitian comfort food is griot.
So make sure you guys put y'all fave. I mean, you know, we gotta ask y'all what's y'all fave. You know what I'm saying? And then we have a channel where we like to cook. You feel me? So put yours down there. We might have to take that recipe from y'all and let the world see how it tastes from our perspective. You know?
Yes.
Give it a shot.
Griot is fried pork shoulder that has a special cut where it has just the right amount of fat and just the right amount of skin on it. You would season it well, bake it briefly, and then fry it. So after that, it'll get that nice crispy on the outside, tender on the inside taste. I can remember being as a child, you know, at every Haitian gathering, family party, if you had griot on your plate that night, you knew it was gonna be a good night.
My comfort food has always been pastina, which is like a really unhealthy version of Italian wedding soup. It has no vegetables, it's really just pasta and meatballs. So the way that my mom makes her meatballs is really what I always crave. She does a mix of ground pork, ground beef, and ground veal. And then she adds in just 5 ingredients. So the 5 ingredients are salt, pepper, garlic powder, parsley, and cheese. It's not just like Parmesan cheese, it's always Pecorino Romano cheese. That's like the go-to key ingredient. Whenever I go home or whenever I'm like sad or sick or whatever, that's what I want my mom to make me, or that's what I like want to eat.
I'm from New York and my favorite...
Hold on. Okay, so...
How you stopped on a sister from the U.S.? I wonder what her do.
I want to know what hers is,
you know what I'm saying? Because they always say we do pizza and stuff like
we
that.
Like, what?
Pizza. Okay.
But, Italy.
I
love pasta.
Oh, yeah.
So when we go to Italy, we doing a food cooking tour, whatever.
Yeah, best spots.
Yes. But that she taught me something about some meatballs. I'm gonna try that recipe.
Yeah. We gotta steal.
Comfort food is grilled cheese. Growing up as a picky eater, grilled cheese was the #1 thing I could get from every single family member and every single restaurant, and it be almost the exact same every single time. So today when I make grilled cheese for myself, I just use white or wheat.
She just kind of made me want to just backdoor and say peanut butter and jelly. I love my peanut butter and jelly. I really love peanut butter and jelly.
I just don't like every time we do a around the world video.
The simplicity.
Ours is just so simple.
Very simple.
Everybody else be cooking.
I mean, turn it down.
A meal. Here we go. Pizza.
Grilled cheese.
A bagel.
A bagel.
Grilled cheese. They always choosing people from New York. Choose somebody from Louisiana for one.
Grilled cheese is such a unique dish. You can like make it. I think 3 different ways.
It is.
I allow. There's many ways you can make it. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on the cheese.
Depending on how you want your cheese to come out.
And the technique.
Right. If you want your bread to be nice and crunchy, you want that nice soft doughy taste in the middle. If you want that nice balanced taste, you want a panini pressed. There's so many ways to make it. I just don't expect grilled cheese to be like a comfort. But hey, everybody.
We're going to contact. Who this is? Insider. Yes.
Yeah, Insider.
We had enough of this.
I'm just saying.
We had enough. It's always simple.
But let's see what she say though. Let's see what she say, because there might be something we don't know.
All right. Now that's some good looking cheese. I'll tell you that. I love cheese. But that ain't a comfort meal. That's a snack.
Every single family member and every single restaurant, and it be almost the exact same every single time. So today when I make grilled cheese for myself, I just use white or wheat bread, and I use white American cheese. It reminds me of being best friends with my mom.
I'm Allison Brown, and today we're going to talk about beef patties because that's my favorite Jamaican comfort food. Growing up, my father used to bring home like a box of beef patties, and he used to put them on the table, and it was first come, first serve, and if you did not get your beef patty, you would be tight. I love beef patties because of how diverse they are. You could get a beef patty, a callaloo patty, a ackee patty, any type of patty. My family is Jamaican. And,
that looks good. I have another comfort food that I just like. When I met you, this one I really got involved in it. Like, I'll eat it all the time. Oh, it was so good. Every time I go to New Orleans, I get this. I gotta have it. Right over the counter.
Beignets?
No. It's a sausage patty.
Oh, our sausage patties. Our po' boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
We found a spot.
Right.
It's somewhere up in Arlington? Yeah, somewhere up in Arlington.
Yeah.
And we would go grab a dish from over there. And I was like, hey, whoa, I needed that in my life.
Yeah, okay.
It's really good.
Right. Yeah. I don't know why I haven't thought of that. I probably
That's what I'm
think
saying.
of it because it's been so long.
We got so many
We're
fried
so
dishes.
far away from home.
We got so many
We're
nice
still
dishes,
doing
y'all.
a food tour for y'all. Stay tuned.
Facts.
They're from Jamaica. I'm American. I was born here. But when we go to Jamaica, it's over. The patties are like hot and ready. They're delicious.
I'm from New York. I'm Dominican. And my favorite comfort food is mangu. Mangu is basically like mashed potatoes, but instead of potatoes, it's plantains. And it's a breakfast food, so most Dominicans will eat it in the morning. Mangu is typically eaten with cebollas on top, which is onions, queso frito on the side, which is fried cheese, salami, which is a type of meat, and usually like some people will get a fried egg on it. Personally, I love eggs, so I always get it on it. The reason why mangu is my favorite comfort food, besides the fact that it's delicious, is because it just reminds me of being in the Dominican Republic and just like being around great weather, sunny, like just an all-around great vibe.
My comfort food is pepperpot. It came from Guyana's first people known as the Amerindians. Pepperpot is a meal that is boiled with casrip and spices and any choice of meat. But my personal favorite is beef. It can be eaten with anything: bread, cassava bread, rice, anything you would like. Pepperpot reminds me of Christmas time and all the family time and our rich culture in Guyana.
My favorite comfort food is congee.
Hold on, China, hold on. The pepper pot reminds me of the Hawaiian bros food that we go get.
Ew.
That's what that remind me of for some reason.
Without the bread, like when it's in a...
just
like,
the meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they kind of cook it.
But rice porridge. It's often eaten with guai, also known as a Chinese donut. There are also many different types of congee. I've had it plain, with dried scallops, with preserved egg and salted pork, and just white fish. Growing up, my mom would make this for breakfast some days, and she would also make it for me when I was sick and I couldn't keep any solid foods down. My mom passed away in January of 2018, so the process of making congee and eating it reminds me of her love, her dedication, and her patience as my mother.
I'm Mexican American, and my favorite comfort food is tamales. Every year, my grandma and her sisters get together and they all make tamales for us to eat on Christmas Eve. So it really reminds me of home and of Christmas time and of my family, so it's really special. My family makes the dish with shredded pork in a red chili sauce with green olives. Basically, right now, only my grandma and my aunts know how to make it, but they've started to teach me and my mom and my sisters how to do it, so that way we can pass it on to the next generation.
My favorite comfort food is Marmite on toast. It just has this really rich, really savory and quite salty flavor, and it's just really comforting, especially when it's put on some thickly buttered toast. I have very vivid memories of eating Marmite on toast, particularly when I was feeling a bit sick. I had an operation when I was 3 years old. I went under general anesthetic. When I woke up, the nurse said, "Is there anything we can get you?" And my first request was Marmite on toast.
My favorite comfort food is Queijo teaw, or Thai noodle soup. Thai noodle soup is the Thai equivalent of what a deli sandwich is to New Yorkers, and you can customize each queijo teaw order to be your own. My go-to order is queijo teaw pet, so duck noodle soup with senmi, which are the rice noodles that are thinner than the ones you have in pho. And I only will eat it in this one noodle shop, and I refuse to have it elsewhere because they just make it so special. And it sucks because I can't really replicate that experience in any Thai restaurant here since they don't really specialize in that.
My favorite comfort food are Colombian Arepas. Arepas are cornmeal patties. They're typically made with salt, water, and masa arepa. This is my favorite comfort food because when I was a kid, my dad and I did not have matching schedules at all. So by the time we would get home, I was already sleeping, and we wouldn't see each other until the weekend. And at the weekends, our favorite family time activity was to make arepas. It was also the first meal I learned how to make. So we're gathered in our tiny kitchen, mold them together, put in the stovetop, and then once they were ready and hot, my dad would put butter on top, sprinkle it with a little bit of cheese, and it was delicious, and it's still one of my favorite meals.
My favorite comfort food is Puerto Rican pasteles de yuca. In Spanish, we call it a masa. It's like a doughy kind of thing that has like, you can put stuff in it. So you can put like meat, chicken, you can put vegetables. And then they wrap it around a banana leaf and then they boil it. And we make them in bulk. It takes 2 to 3 days to make. It's my favorite comfort food because my aunts and my mom, they sit around, we talk, and they're making this dish that is so reminiscent of our Puerto Rican culture.
My comfort food is lahmajun. It's a thin flatbread, almost like pizza, that's enjoyed in and around the Middle East. It's typically made by taking small dough balls and flattening them into really thin pieces, and then it's topped with beef or lamb, some vegetables and spices, and then it's cooked in the oven for just a few minutes. My family and I typically buy a dozen or so of them from Armenian bakeries or grocery stores here in LA because they make them really tasty.
And they do look like pizza.
Yeah.
But when she rolled it up, it kind of gave it away because we do that with our pizza sometimes.
Yeah,
like we just roll our pizza and we eat it like that. That's what we think about.
Yeah, it looks thinner, and I'm a person who loves thin pizza, thin crust pizza, so I would like that.
Comfort food is ají de gallina. It's a spicy chicken mixture that my grandma used to make all the time. A yellow pepper that's found in Peru, ají amarillo, is mixed with, you saute some onions, then you're gonna add some chicken broth, milk, and crackers or bread. It's a nice little paste sauce. And then with some boiled chicken that you shredded. Ají de gallina reminds me of just Peru in general, living there. My grandfather had 50, 80 chickens, and my grandma would just grab one and it would be fresh.
I'm British Pakistani, and my favourite comfort food is a dish called aloo ke tarkari. The reason I love this dish so much is because it's a curry. It's very carby as opposed to one with lots of gravy. My mum usually adds to it aloo, potatoes, mirch, chili, namak, salt, haldi, turmeric, and then she adds something called panchparan, which is a blend of 5 spices. You blend the spices, you fry them, you add your chopped up potatoes, add water, boil the water off and let the potatoes break up. It's really heartwarming, very flavoursome.
Looks healthy.
And it also reminds me of coming home from school and cooking with my mum. Learning to cook with my Nani, my mum's mum, who passed away a few years back.
My 2 favorite Brazilian comfort foods are cheese bread and feijoada.
Why Brazil come on here with 2?
They did.
Yeah, she's the only one who came in here too. She sounded like you. When you asked you what's your comfort food, and it's like etouffee, I like gumbo. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, just one, y'all, just one.
That's too funny. I didn't realize.
Cooking with my mum, learning to cook with my Nani, my mum's mum, who passed away a few years back.
My 2 favorite Brazilian comfort foods are cheese bread and feijoada. For cheese bread, there's definitely not an occasion. It's just everywhere, all the time. You can eat it at any time of the day. It's without a doubt the food that I miss the most because it's just the perfect snack. Feijoada is basically a giant black bean soup. It's definitely something that I grew up eating, and it's very iconic in Brazil. Almost everyone eats it.
My favorite comfort food has to be ful, which is fava beans. And it's usually served hot, and it's really easy to make, so that's why we make it all the time. It contains tomatoes, onions, some people put tahina in it, and we put in it a lot of spices. Usually people eat it with pita bread. It's my favorite comfort food because over the summer my grandpa would make it for breakfast a lot, so I'd wake up and eat it, so it reminds me a lot of home.
As social beings, social distancing may not be easy. Let's do what we can and make the most of it by enjoying our favorite comfort foods. Let us know what your favorite...
Alright, so again, personally, my question for everybody, but I'm answering it first. My answer would be yes, I would cook my comfort food for visitors, for family. I feel like they would love it, they would have a good time. Get your choice of drink with it and you will be full.
Yes, definitely. Of course, I'm making a big pot of gumbo.
Okay, I'm just trying. With all the seafood, all the etouffee too.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Everything.
Everything. Sound like I'm gonna we're getting put to work.
Yeah, you will. Let us know your comfort foods. We would love to know. Let us know if you would like us to try to make it on our family channel, Life with Them.
Facts.
And we'll do that. All right. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you like to support the channel that way, as well as our reaction request link is in our description box below. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Peace.